خلينا احنا عندنا النهارده we have قراءة وبعد كده work on roots with roots and then some expressions and speaking practice. ماشي? So we're going to begin with a reading in unit number 9 in your Alif Baa book. This reading is drill number 9. It's on page صفحة فين هقول لك 203 203 يلا بسرعة 203. First thing, there's a crucial key word that you must know. It's right in the very beginning. So always pay attention to that in your book. There will often be, not a lot, but maybe just one key word. So what is it for this particular text? جميل. الهندسة, meaning? جميل. Okay, so we're going to do, as we usually do, just a 30-second scan. And what are we looking for? 30-second scan. No, not yet. Try to get a bird's eye view. What is this text? Okay? You know it has something to do with engineering. 30 seconds. Go. Didn't check the time, but I think that's about 30 seconds. With a partner, would you share what you came up with? What do you think this text is about? And how you figured it out, too. So what do you think? What do you think this text is about? Kate and Jonathan?
Like a tutoring thing at different universities, or like reviews of different engineering things at different universities, because like at the bottom, almost all of them say I'm at. Like yeah, like university, heavy university. Yeah, and there's like one word that like I don't know, like that's starting it. Like I'm at.
Okay, and then there's one that's not Jama, it's something else.
Yeah.
But they seem to be a list of universities. So but where do you get tutoring from?
Because it has like student review, so it might be like a review or.
I think you might have gotten misled by that. Well, do we have any other ideas of what the student review might mean here?
It's like a college program website thing.
It's a college program website thing.
Recommending like engineering colleges or something like that.
Right, but who writes it?
Oh, students.
Students review.
Yeah, students reviewing. Yeah, student review. Okay, so it's something from a website called Student Review. Where are the students from? We'll find that out later. We'll find that out later where they're from. I think maybe when you start reading a little bit more in depth. So it's a list, right? Can we agree it's a list of universities?
Universities and institutes. Yes.
And institutes?
We haven't gotten that stuff yet.
We haven't gotten there.
How do you know that?
Because the ones that are
Recognizing like the names of the colleges.
And so you just figured that word must be institute because that's the other thing that engineering schools are?
Because it's like Massachusetts.
Guys really are getting ahead of us.
I told you.
Back off. No, it's okay if you got it that quickly. So it's a list of universities that offer really premium liberal arts programs, right? Engineering programs. Okay, good. I'm going to give you now 5 minutes, and I want you to just. So let's think of some anticipation then. What do you expect to find on this list?
Names we recognize, like American states or names, university names that we recognize.
University names that you recognize. I think we can even be more specific about our predictions. Do we expect Austin Community College to be on this list?
I expected MIT to be on this list.
You expect MIT to be on this list. What else do you expect to be on this list? without reading it. Expect means you haven't read the first one yet, and you're telling me we're talking about expectations, right? Because that's what this is what you want to do when you're about to read a text, right? You get an idea of what it is, and you start. Maybe University of Texas is there. Could be, perhaps. ممكن ممكن ممكن. يلا. جامعات كويسة للهندسة. جامعات كويسة قوي للهندسة. MIT. إيه تاني؟ ممكن هارفارد، ستانفورد، كورنيل، رايس، جونز هوبكنز ممكن. Okay. يلا عندكم 5 دقايق just to read and decipher as much as you can. Remember that if these are names of universities, you shouldn't really have to read through the entire thing. Once you get the first syllable or so, you should be able to get the rest of it. So remember to use that ability as you're reading to read quickly and identify the names of these universities. ماشي؟ تفضلوا. This is an exercise in quick decoding. Not out loud. Sorry, this is silent reading. Silent reading. 5 minutes. See if you can get through the entire text. Yes? With a partner, just go through and sound out all of the ones that you got and see maybe if your partner got some that you didn't. And I want you to focus on these 2 words. This one is repeated numerous times, and this one also not as often, but it's definitely in there. I want you to come up with an idea of what those 2 words mean. Okay? Mishi? If you already know, let your partner guess.
This is the one that I could do too. Rainsleer.
I don't know, that's the one I didn't read. There's one at the bottom.
Virginia, the same word again.
What do you think that word is? Just read it straight as the way it's. And what do we know about the B in Arabic? And then put it together with the next word.
Polytechnic. Oh, so it is an institute. So Mahad, Virginia Polytechnic. Because I thought Mahad.
So Virginia
Polytechnic Institute. So
Why did you think Mahad would go at the end?
Because when you say it in English, doesn't it go at the end?
And is that a good reason to expect it to go at the end in Arabic?
No.
Because it works that way in English?
No. That's why I got the
Right.
Yes.
Right, like we say Texas University. Well, we just say University of Texas, so it does go in the beginning. Okay, but what about going back to this one?
I don't know what that was. It's like Rensselaer Polytechnic. Polytechnic.
Rensselaer.
Rensselaer.
You might not know this institute, which is my Rensselaer.
No, I've
You've never heard of Rensselaer?
Yeah.
It's one of the top engineering schools in the U.S. Okay. Okay. How about wilaya? Did you get a guess about what that is? What does wilaya mean? State. Did we all get that? Wilaya, the first one, the top one. Wilaya. Did you all get that? Yes, very good. So wilayat Texas, wilayat California, like what? We've seen that structure before. Wilayat California, Medinat Austin, Medinat New York, إلى آخره. Very good. How about Mahad? Mahad. What does Mahad mean? Institute. Yahya, did you say college?
I said college.
How did you come up with college?
Yes.
Okay, so sometimes just sort of guessing from context is what we want to do, but I think there's lots of evidence in this text that allows us to get much closer than just guessing. It's true that college would be, if you have a list of things, some are universities, What would the other ones be? Maybe college would be one option. But then when you actually read a specific example, like which is the one that really gave it away for you? Massachusetts, La Tecnologia, right? MIT. And then there's a couple of others in there. Okay. كويس. Good. That's it. بس كده.
Texas isn't in there.
Texas A&M is, and Rice is, but not University of Texas. Huh?
Dr. Bustad, she teaches here. She's the department.
This is engineering, though.
I thought we had a good engineer.
Did you not realize that we were looking for engineering programs?
I'd still plug it. Texas UT engineering.
I thought we had a really good.
Apparently not good enough. Who made this list? Who made this list, by the way?
U.S. News World.
Studentreview.com, man.
But who specifically? Who specifically? Look in the first paragraph. Well, I'll give you 30 seconds to tell me who actually came up with this list.
Oh, this MIT student. Only.
Just one?
No.
Students.
Tolab, right. It's MIT students that created this list for student.com. So maybe they don't like UT, I don't know. Okay. We're going to do some work. You did some reading for today about roots, right? Roots and patterns. Let's really quickly just tell me, what did you learn from your reading, from your wajib last night about roots?
Well, I know some of them you add alif and ta at the end.
To-
Are we talking about plurals?
No, we're not.
Oh, just kidding.
We're talking about roots.
Okay.
Roots. Yes, Bobby.
Dictionaries are arranged by root.
Good. Dictionaries are arranged in alphabetical order according to the root, like the first letter of the root. And if there's a bunch that all have the same first letter, then it's done according to the second letter in the root. Good. What else? What can be in a root? What can't be in a root?
If you have 4 consonants and one of them's a ta, that one's probably not part of the root.
Very good. That one's probably not part of the root. That's very likely. If you have 3 other candidates and then you have a ta, it's likely that one is not. What are the ones that can sometimes work both ways? Like they can be either part of the root or part of the pattern of the word. Meme. No, long vowels are always part of the, well, let's come to long vowels in a minute. So there's meme and what else? What other consonants could sort of, when you see them in a word, they could be either part of the root or they could also be part of the pattern of the word.
Sad and like sad. Or seen.
Seen, yes. I think there's only one other that they gave you in the homework. They're meme and, no. Without looking back, if we can remember, without looking back. No, we didn't. Nobody said that, yes. You did? Ta? I didn't hear anybody say ta. You didn't say it loud enough. I only heard meh.
Conversed about it. Or am I crazy?
About what?
I remember somebody bringing up about how it's part of the pattern, so I just assumed that conversation would carry over to this one.
The ta is part of the pattern?
The ta cannot, or...
You did say that. If you had a ta, I'm sorry. Okay, all right. We are going to now work on drill 60. Oh, but before we do that, let's go back to Nikki's question about long vowels. What do we know about long vowels and their relationship to roots or / patterns in Arabic? So how many long vowels do we have? Thalatha. What are they? Waw, ya, and alif. What do we know about them and their status in terms of roots in Arabic?
They're included in the pattern, but not the root.
Is that true for all 3? They're included, they can be part of the pattern but not part of the root. Is it true for wa? Wa cannot be part of a root?
Well, it can be, but one can hear into some forms.
It might not, but it can certainly be part of the root, right? Wa can be part of the, can ya be part of a root?
Yes.
It can, or it can be part of a pattern. So wa and ya, how about alif? Alif, no what?
Alif can't be part of the root, but I thought it was part of the pattern.
Correct. That's absolutely right. It cannot be part of, it can't be a root. What can be a part of a root is the hamza. Hamza is the letter. And we write hamza on top of alif, but it's not the alif that's part of the root, it's the hamza. Hamza is a letter, like any other letter.
Can you have Alif with the Hamza on it as part of the root? Or the root?
That is
Well, just the C, the Alif, like the at the beginning of a word, like
But it's the Hamza. The Alif is just the seat for it. That
right.
when you
So-
have
so
it,
that means that it's the Hamza as part of the root.
correct,
It's like the Alif.
correct,
Okay.
correct. Exactly. But Alif as a vowel cannot be. Wow and ya can. Drill number 16, page, I think it's the very last page of 209. With a partner, find out what the 3 roots are for each of these words. Some of them, there may be more than one option. Decide which one you think it is. And if you get done, you can go ahead and alphabetize them. Start alphabetizing them. Meshi?
Like she says that Alif Hamza is not this letter. It's not even Alif Hamza. It's actually that Alif.
Okay, so this one here.
So what are the root letters?
The M and the B. The B.
Okay, the next one is either toe.
Deb, okay, so you're supposed to be finding the 3 root letters for each one of these. So have you done, which one? I'm not
We've
sure. I'm
done
not
these
following.
2. And we've done
How come you're only identifying 2?
Oh, 3.
Right.
That's not gonna be one of them. So 3 per. Yeah.
We have 3 here.
So what are the 3 here?
The Ta, Alif, and La.
Really, Alif is part of the root?
Oh, it's not Alif, it's an L. Oh.
Yeah.
Is that an Alif?
No.
No,
It's a lamb.
That's a lamb?
Yeah.
It is?
No. That is an Alif. That is an Alif. They're confusing each other. That's an Alif.
You are confusing each other. Is there a lamb in that word?
Yes.
Yes.
Right there. Yes.
Yeah.
So what can an Alif be part of the root?
I thought it could be.
It's gonna be we're just.
Is there no exceptions? So it's never part of a root.
Alif never. What long vowels can be part of a root? And actually, when they're part of the root, they're not really a long vowel. So what 2 long vowels also function as consonants? Wa and ya, exactly. Alif, if you think about it, I mean, it can never be anything other than a vowel, right? Right? Sometimes we write the Hamza on an Alif. Hamza is a consonant, like any other consonant. It can be part of a root, but the Alif, no. Alif is just a long vowel, and you can never have a vowel as part of. Wow and ya can be part of the root because they can function as consonants, and when they're in the root, they are functioning as consonants. So this one is the what are the 3 roots of this? 3 letters of the root.
The Taula.
Ta, wa, la. Exactly. Ta, wa, la. And then this one?
The Ta, the La, and the Ba.
Ta and lib. Ta, lib.
So what are the 3 letters of the root?
Oh, the Ya. It's be Ta, the La, and the. That's not it. Never mind.
The ta, the la, and the ta, the t, the
Ta,
la,
la,
and ba.
ba. Ta, la, ba.
Well, there's
Those are
no
the
other
3.
option because
There is no other option here at all. Exactly, because the only other thing in there is an Alif. So that one's a really easy one. There are some where it's not so easy because you'll have more than 3 candidates and then you have to kind of figure out.
Oh, so the roots aren't going to be the same in all the words? Like, oh, okay. That's what I was thinking, like they were the same in 2 words, and then we had to find the 2 that matched. Okay.
No. That was a different exercise. We did do an exercise. Okay, let's see what we come up with. What's the first one? What's the word? Mabsut. So what did you come up with for the root? There you go. Basata. Yes? Okay. Next one? Tawila. And the root? Is there any other option? There really isn't, right? You have an alif and you have a ta marbuta, neither of which could be part of the root. So this is the only thing that this one could be. Next one? What is it? Talaba. Again, really no other option because talib. Talib. What is that? What's the root? Wow. Sin. Ain. What do you notice about these 2 words?
They're always
They add 1 alif added, like.
Talib. Wasi'. Talib. It's the same pattern, right? You have an alif after the first consonant and a kasra after the second. Talib wasi'. This is a pattern. Talib wasi'. Okay, what's the next word? Imtihan. What'd you come up with for that? So there's some options here, right? Yes, it's ma, ha, na. Okay, but really it could have been
Well, couldn't even it's not
tahana. Technically at this point you really don't know the difference, right? But it is in fact, the ta here is the one that's part of the root. Excuse me, part of the pattern. Thank you for that puzzled look, Imran. Okay, what's the next word? Imtihan? Tafaddal. Okay, what's the root there? Fa, da, la. Fa, da, lam. Faddala. Next word? Tamreen. Mim, ra, nun. Very good. In this case, the ta at the beginning is not part of the root. Tamreen. Next one? Maktab. Kataba. Marhaba. Very nice. Rahaba. Very good. Rahaba. Mumkin. Mim. Kaf. Noon. And which of the memes do you think is actually part of the root? The second one. That's right. The first one is actually part of the pattern. What else? That's it? Okay. Should we order them quickly? Which is the first one that you would find in a dictionary? Okay, this is number 1. Number 2? Fa. Rahaba, right? Ra comes before fa, and then what?
I was trying to do it in English.
I don't know.
Messed it up a little bit. I was like, wait.
You have to stop thinking in English, my dear.
For this, but I was like, wait, no, it doesn't.
So the next one's going to be the ta, yes? Ta. And we actually have 2 of them. Which one is going to come first? Talaba, because lam comes before wow. Okay, so this is going to be number 3. This is going to be number 4. I think so. This is going to be number 5. And then kaf is next, number 6. We have 3 memes, right? Which one's going to come first? Mahana, right? Because ha comes before ra, comes before kaf, right? So we're up to number 6. So 7, صح كده؟ 8, 9, and then the last one 10. ماشي؟ Okay. All right. For homework for today, you listened to a scene. What was the scene? What was going on in the scene?
Wrong number.
Wrong number. Very good. With a partner, what was the new language in Arabic that you learned? What did she say to indicate that there was a wrong number? Yalla, with the partner. Try to remember it. Squeeze it out of your brain. Do not look it up in your book. So what do you remember? What is the expression? Somebody calls? I want to know wrong number. You guys always want to give me the easy stuff. Eh? Nimra غلط غلط بالطاء نمرة غلط نمرة غلط. Was there any other new language really in there?
And they say like some of them said like whenever they're like oh nimra غلط they're like oh something كتيرا like I don't know they said something كتيرا. No maybe that was the other thing.
It could have been you or Alyssa. It could have been the Shami dialect.
Yeah.
I don't remember any other new language other than Nimra Ghalat in the Egyptian. Actually, there was. I mean, you saw Ma'alish, Wana Asfa, but all the language itself was pretty familiar. The other thing I want to practice today. What do we say to somebody if they're not feeling well? And we want to say, yeah. But first of all, yeah. So what's wrong with you? Malik or Malak, depending. And then when they tell you, أنا تعبانة, أنا عيانة, أنا مريضة, you say? And the answer? Remember I told you that this Allah Ysalimik was going to be a good one to learn? It works for anything that anyone says to you that has the root salama in it. Right? So we know ma'a salama, Allah Ysalimik. Salamtek? Hamdulillah ala salama. Salamu alaikum. Very good. That one's different. Okay, here is the scenario that I want you to act out. You have heard that your friend is not feeling well, and you would like to call up and check in on him or her. The first time you dial, you get a wrong number. So you are going to act that out. Then, of course, you're not going to give up. You are determined to call and talk to your friend and make sure that he or she is okay. So you will dial again. And this time you will talk to them about how they're doing and asking them what's wrong with them and wishing them well. Mishi, I'll give you 5 minutes to practice with a partner, a new partner. Let's switch partners. And then 5 minutes, I'm going to ask some of you to perform the dialect, the skit for the rest of us, okay? So you have 5 minutes to work on it. It sounds fine. The only thing is that you're not pronouncing the ta, because it's not emphatic. You have to make the whole word emphatic because there's a ta. There you go. There you go. Perfect. غلط. غلط. Both of the vowels, both of the fathas are not a but because they're because of the ta. غلط. So say it again. Wrong number. Perfect. Mumtaz. The ghain is perfect. Yeah. I'm hearing. You're making me doubt myself. Let me hear it again. Perfect.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Yalla. Hello.
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 Hello. أيوة.
أهلا صاحبي لك.
ايه؟
مش كويس.
ليك مش انا.
مش أنا؟ ليك في جامعات؟
نمرة غلط.
Did you write it down?
I wrote it wrong because I didn't know it was a fatha. عفوا عفوا شكرا مع السلامة.
So, excuse me, how do we say that? Af.
عن إذنك. Oh, excuse me is عن إذنك. عفوا. عفوا.
No, af what? The ending. There's an ending on it that's missing. Af.
عفوا.
Uh-huh. Afwan. Uh-huh. Afwan. Uh-huh.
How do you say it?
Eh? Afwan eh? Did you say?
Oh, because I said مع السلامة.
مع السلامة. Ah, okay. مع السلامة. Okay. Are we ready to practice? Do it for the class? Let's all listen. And who would like to volunteer for us? You don't have to move. You can stay right where you are. James and Nikki, is that okay?
الو
حضرتك نيكي؟
نيكي نمرة غلط مع السلامة.
اوه
الو
حضرتك نيكول؟
ايوه
ازيك نيكول؟
مش كويسة.
مالك؟
أنا عيانة شوية.
سلامتك.
الله يسلمك.
انت تروحي تشوفي دكتور؟
لا شكرا أنا عيانة شوية مش قوي.
مع السلامة.
الله يسلمك.
كويس. ممتاز. Very nice. Okay. I want you to do it again though, and I want you to do it a little more culturally appropriately. So when you get a wrong number, let's go through the normal, you know, okay. And then the other thing too is that she's a friend of yours, right? And you're calling up to check out, to find out how she's doing. So would you be referring to her as, yeah, you wouldn't be saying,
What if it's somebody who answers the phone that doesn't sound like your friend though? Like if you're like, wait, حضرتك نيكي? Like, or do you?
Okay, so what could you say under those circumstances? Like you don't really recognize them, especially if they're sick.
Mala.
Well, like, what are they even saying?
أنت مين? أنت مين? Please, to make it a little bit more polite. من فضلك. أنت مين? أو actually, I don't think you would do that. You would identify yourself first.
So wait, so you call the wrong number and then you're like, wait.
No, we're talking about when he calls you and it's you. And he said حضرتك Nikki, which seems a little bit odd. If Nikki is a friend of his and he's calling to find out, why would you be why, you know, the حضرتك use?
Well, I had a mistake on the phone. I want to make sure that it was definitely
Wait a
Nicole.
second.
Okay, so
I didn't understand why you said that. Instead of like Hannah.
Oh.
I was just going from the videos when they were like.
No, I know. Even in
and
the
then-
video, I didn't understand why they said that.
because it's حضرتك الدكتور da 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 da. So it's a totally different situation, right? They're obviously calling an office or something like that. Okay, ماشي. You want to try it again? يلا, go.
الو انت نيكول؟
لا الغرفة wait لا نمرة غرفة.
نعم.
عفوا.
I'm wrong.
نعم.
Oh my god.
Okay, يلا مرة ثانية.
رينج.
الو
انت نيكول؟
نمرة غلط.
مرة ثانية.
نمرة غلط.
مش نمرت. نمرة غلط. نمرة غلط. كويس.
الو.
Wait, what?
يلا.
الو
انت نيكول؟
لا نمرة غلط.
اسف.
معلش مع السلامة.
أيوة, very nice. That was nice. That was very nice. Okay, شكرا. We have time for one more really quickly. يلا. يلا أمينة and Nasser. يلا تفضلوا. Come on, you have 40 seconds.
Hello.
Okay, I'm gonna use a word that we. Can I say atakam?
Nope.
Okay. You say
Somebody else want to
Yeah, seriously, because that's what we said.
Okay, so remember, cardinal rule, no words that we don't know in this class. And
just don't know how to phrase it.
you don't know, you couldn't figure out how to use it without saying أتكلم? There's no way?
Okay, yeah. No, listen. I could have said international. Question.
أنت ناصر؟ بالضبط.
لا نمت غلط.
What is it? نمرة غلط. نمرة غلط. غلط means a mistake. So it's like the answer is a mistake. نمرة غلط.